Hello, and welcome to our brief instructional video explaining how to access and use the SFPE Virtual Handbook for Fire Risk Assessment and Mitigation. In this video, we'll show you ways to use the workbook to engage with property owners. This handbook was made possible by a grant from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Federal Emergency Management Agency. Using engineering-based resources, this handbook was developed primarily for use by firefighters and fire departments operating in the wildland-urban interface. It can also support property owners, property inspectors and assessors, community leaders, and other stakeholders. This handbook is intended to complement any existing programs, policies, or procedures for conducting wildland-urban interface risk assessments and community outreach and engagement. The handbook can be a tool to initiate a risk assessment at both the individual property level as well as the community and neighborhood level. Those who may find this handbook useful as a reference to engage property owners include local government representatives from the fire service, including fire inspectors, fire marshals, emergency management personnel, community outreach program managers, fire prevention specialists, Community Wildfire Protection Plan Committee members, Firewise community members, state cooperative extension programs, and other agencies. First, you'll need to access the handbook. To do so, visit www.sfpe.org/WUI handbook, which you can do on your desktop computer, a tablet, or your mobile phone. Should you wish to download and print a PDF of the handbook, you can do so by clicking the Download PDF Handbook button on the top left. For more information on navigating the handbook, please watch our video entitled Using the Handbook as a Training Tool. Once you've accessed the handbook, you're ready to use it to engage property owners. Some of the ways you can engage with multiple property owners at a time, which would be an opportunity to potentially educate multiple property owners about the value of property risk assessment program and schedule times to visit their properties individually. You could reach out to neighborhood or homeowners associations, state cooperative extension programs, volunteer and social groups, such as the Elks Lodge, Lions Club, or Rotary International, churches, faith-based groups, or veterans groups such as American Legion or Veteran of Foreign Wars may also be willing to host informational sessions. To engage these community members in these groups, you might consider offering both in-person and virtual presentation options at a variety of days of the weeks and times. Consider inviting community members as well as public officials to attend and participate. If possible, you might host an in-person meeting at club locations, churches, local community or senior centers, or at libraries. When discussing with property owners, focus on structural hardening and defensible spaces as actions they can take as individuals to reduce their wildland fire risks. Some groups, such as homeowners associations, might also be interested in learning more about the neighborhood and community level hazard mitigation section, which explains how the entire community can be evaluated for wildland-urban interface fire risks. Depending on who is most familiar with the handbook and conducting property risk assessments, ask them to present the information about wildland-urban interface fire risk assessments to a group of property owners. If no one locally is available, perhaps someone from an adjacent community with experience in conducting wildland-urban interface fire risk assessments, or someone from the State Cooperative Extensions Program could lead a discussion with property owners and other stakeholders. This could also be an opportunity for the Train the Trainer education, expanding the reach of the handbook and the WUI fire risk assessments across the community. Thank you for watching. Please take a few moments to view our other tutorial videos that accompany the Society of Fire Protection Engineers Virtual Handbook for Fire Risk Assessment and Mitigation.